Okay, so we're going to write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through -9, -3, and is perpendicular to y equals -5/3 x minus 8. Remember, I told you I was going to give you a line, okay? So I'm giving you a point and a line. This line is important because I need to know the slope. What type of line am I looking for? A parallel or a perpendicular? So I'm looking for the perpendicular. Now, you guys, these are your notes. So these are things that I'm writing in your notes so you can see how I got it. Okay, so I'm looking for the perpendicular line slope. So I have 4 numbers to pick from. I have -3, -9, -5/3, -8. Which one is a slope? -5/3 is my slope, but I need it to be perpendicular to that. So perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocals. So this is negative, so my perpendicular line slope is going to be positive, and then I'm going to flip it upside down, so my perpendicular line slope is going to be 3/5. Now, this is the slope I'm concerned with. I don't need anything else. This is the slope. So now I'm gonna start off in point slope form. Please remember that in point slope form, this y, the plain old y stays. What am I going to replace y1 with? -9, -3, -5/3, or -8? -3. This is my point that it needs to go through. You guys, the reason I ask you is because when you get to the test or to a quiz or PSAT, SAT, you're going to have these 4 choices. So you have to know which numbers you're using. So -3 equals, so now what am I going to use for my m? 3/5, because that's the one that I need to change to. This plain old x stays. The minus stays for right now. It probably will change, but for right now. And then what number are we going to use for x sub 1? So x1 and y1 is going to be that point. Notice that -8, I don't care about that. -8 is not important. That is what we call extra information, okay? Extraneous, we don't need that. So I'm going to rewrite it. Someone in first period said, Ms. Fleury, can I just make it positive right away? Yes, you can. But in my notes, I don't want to do that because some kids will look and they're like, how did she go? It was minus. How did she get to the positive? So I want to show you that. Okay, now what am I going to do with my 3/5? Because I need to write it in slope-intercept form. I'm going to distribute. Three-fifths times x is 3/5 x. 3/5 times 9. Well, what is 3 times 9? And then I just put the denominator of 5. Am I in slope-intercept form yet? No. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to change this 3 so it has a denominator of 5. So if it's a denominator of 5, I'm just going to write it with the denominator of 5. And since my denominator is 5, I'm going to multiply 3 times 5. What is 3 times 5? Now let's make sure I did it right. 15 divided by 5 should equal 3. Does it equal 3? Then you did it right. How I did that again, you guys, is I just used the denominator of what the fraction is, just this fraction, and I can subtract and add. So again, I just rewrote, since my denominator was 5, that's why I changed it to 5. I'm going to subtract. Notice I did not put it underneath this x. That's because these are not like terms. What is 27 minus 15? Is there anything I can do to 12/5? Can I reduce it? This is my final answer. So that means I've just written an equation in slope-intercept form that passes through the point -9, -3, and is perpendicular to y equals -5/3 x minus 8. So if we were to graph this, you guys, on a coordinate plane, they would be perpendicular. I'm not going to make you do that, but you need to know how to do this. Yes?
At the very beginning of the question, how do we know that, or for example, how do we know that we're looking for a perpendicular?
Because it's the line that passes through and is perpendicular right here. That's okay. It's a good question. It should tell you if I want it perpendicular or if I want it parallel. And if it doesn't say it, then it's not going to be parallel or perpendicular. You'll just have to find the slope and put it in. Okay? Any other questions about this example?